Hey, Happy New Year. How
Way
are
to
you?
start out the year, huh?
Great
What a
to see you.
beautiful day. Yeah.
Man, it's
Oh,
gorgeous.
God.
These wintertime days are nicer than the summer days, it
Yeah,
seems like,
and
right?
you're talking about wintertime days, and you're already talking about the anomalies of striped bass, this, that, Dorados swimming around. I mean,
Yeah, we're going to
it's
talk
so mixed
about,
up.
we got a lot to talk about, everybody.
Ah.
The Danny Kadota Show, Captain Danny Kadota with decades of knowledge and info. And Danny's got more
Pranks.
knowledge in his little pinky than I've got all throughout my entire body. He's a fountain of information. It's always good to see you, Danny.
Oh, always
And
good to be here, Phil.
I'll tell you,
It's
man.
home, you know. Come on.
It is 22nd
Oh,
Street
yeah.
Landing, our home base here. They've got a great landing here. They got a great restaurant
Yep,
upstairs.
absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And
And
you
it's
can
just
go-
drive down the street for me. It's perfect.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll even see Tony and some of the guys from the office come in
that'd
here.
be good.
You know, we
That'd
like
be
it when
good.
they come
Absolutely.
in. And the new six-pack here, it is called the Ghost, is due to be in about 4 or 5 anytime now.
Oh, yeah, we got the.
We'll see.
maybe
Yeah, maybe he's
Get
made
a
a
shot of
catch.
it coming on in. Yeah.
He's had
The
some,
Ghost, what, 40 something, what is it, like a Pacifica or something?
something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's right here, and I don't know why I haven't walked down there. You and I are so busy all the time, but
yeah.
somebody told me, who was it, was telling me it's nice, really, really nice.
Wow.
Yeah, so it sounds
awesome.
pretty cool. So much going on, but first of all, how was your New Year?
Oh, it was great.
Everything
you know,
good with
all the family?
everybody in the
Oh,
family and
it was
everything?
Great. It was great. We had a couple of kids had colds, so the family stayed home.
Been a lot of
But-
sick
but
people
yeah.
lately, man.
But no, it was good. It was good, you know. So that just starting the new year, doing our own Japanese New Year with you know, all the traditional foods and stuff like that.
Tell us, what are some of those traditional foods?
Oh,
Let's get people up on Japanese culture.
The first one is the mochi that you have in the morning. It's
Yeah.
the pounded rice,
Yeah.
right? And you know, you could put it in what they call ozoni, which is a soup.
Yeah.
That's a traditional deal. I like putting it in the broiler and you get the outside crisp. It kind of puffs up.
Yeah.
And you eat, it's crispy on the inside, and then the rice gets soft on the inside, you know. And we just take soy sauce, shoyu, and sugar, and you just razzle it on a plate and just chew away on it.
Man, you're making me hungry.
Yeah.
I got to wait for the chicken wings.
It's not as traditional, but it's more Americanized Japanese, you know, for us.
Yeah.
The way we did everything. But
Michael Lamone, come on in
that
here,
is his
Michael.
look at, he's on it. He's
There it is.
Michael's
Now,
on
let me
fire
just say
already.
something, Michael. Danny paid for your bait today so that you could provide entertainment during the show. And you're doing it, man. Way to go.
Man, that's the second bass. Wow.
All right, good job.
You're on
How
it.
many fish do you have now so far? Like 4? 3? 3 fish. Keep it up. Keep coming up when you get them.
Unreal.
Where's that coffee at, by the way? Ah, darn it. We have hired, I know my wife is probably going to be upset, but we've hired an exceptionally sexy waitress to bring us the coffee.
Oh, here she comes.
She didn't show up, so Dan Lightfoot is there. Thank you, Dan.
I thought you were going to put a dress on him.
You know, I was thinking
all
about it. He gets kind of violent when I try that, though. I've tried it a
Yeah,
couple times
yeah.
before. So, okay, so that and any other foods that are something
Oh
that...
yeah, I mean we just there's a lot of traditional stuff that they eat, and a lot of it's very expensive, and it's stuff that we don't really care for. I mean we're pretty much Americanized.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we'll eat like chashu, which is really not even Japanese for the most part.
Yeah.
But we just have our good teriyakis and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Things that we're gonna eat.
Yeah.
You know. Tamales, that's a big Japanese
Yeah, right.
yeah, favorite too. But yeah, we like to eat our favorites, so we just a big food fest.
That's great. Lots of people watching here, and
cool.
we've already got some comments coming in. I'll get to those in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Today is also a big day, Danny. It is Feast of the Epiphany, when the 3 wise men found the Christ child and brought gifts. Huge day in Mexico and Latin America. Huge. And they have a custom that I absolutely love. They have a cake called a rosca. And you take this, today is
Yeah.
when you get the cake.
Yeah.
And you have a image of the baby Jesus buried in the cake, sometimes multiple.
Oh, image. They didn't have little. I remember people having like a plastic
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
in there.
And if you
find
get
it,
if
yeah.
you get it, then you've got to make tamales at a party a week later, and it's a cool thing, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's really
yeah,
cool, and it's a huge day. I think probably in a lot of families, more gifts are given today in Mexico than on Christmas Day.
Wow, that's
because
awesome.
of that whole thing. And the ex-police chief of San Diego, who I think is a Mexican citizen also, George Saldamondo, super great guy. Him and I used to do a thing in Tecate. I miss doing it. We go to the stadium. He really organized it. I'd jump on with a bunch of clothes and stuff. And there'd be 5,000 people in that stadium. And he'd come riding in on a camel. And Michael Limon with this
Man,
guy
are you
won't
on
stop.
fire or what?
Another fish.
Woo.
Way to go, Michael.
Phil, we should just bring the camera down on the dock.
Yeah, and just let Michael. Michael can take
And
the
Mike's
show over.
Yeah.
And he'd come riding in on a camel, and then they'd have several camels, and the kids would explode, and it'd be just a beautiful thing. And then we had all these stations set up with food, clothing, and people were pretty poor
Yeah.
that would walk
Yeah.
out there,
Yeah.
walk miles
Yeah.
to be at the Tecate Stadium.
Oh, that's
It
cool.
was such a
That's so
beautiful
cool.
day. My kids, they were there. I brought my daughter-in-law, Jessica, she was there. It was just a beautiful thing. So that's going on
Oh,
here
that is so
today.
neat.
It's a
Yeah.
beautiful day for
Yeah,
that,
it
too.
is.
All right. Want me to read a comment? A guy named Jerry Bush. Jerry, how are you, my friend? Good to have you with us. Hi, Danny and Phil. Happy New Year from Northern California, Reno,
man.
Nevada. Gary, I bet it's cold up there. Are you coming to the ISE in Sacramento in a couple of weeks? You going to the show up there?
No, I haven't been up there. I haven't been up there in a while. Yeah. But yeah, I remember doing all those.
That's a
ISE
big show.
shows, the
Gary,
San
you make me
Mateo.
want to come up there. Man, I'll have to look at my schedule.
Yeah.
If I get to see you and have lunch with you, I might just have to do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. That's a big show, right?
Yeah, it's a big show.
Yeah.
It's a big show.
And speaking of shows, Bart Hall's show is coming up. We've got the show out there at my stomping grounds, the Orange County,
Yes.
the PCS show,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a lot of shows. It's showtime. Gary, if we don't make it up there, have a great time, but I'll give that some serious thought. Mitchell, halibut man, 2 bass today. Wow. Way to go, Michael.
3.
Mitchell, where are you? Yeah, he's up to
He's on-
3
he's on
now.
3. He's
Yeah,
on
Mitchell
fire.
made that comment a few
Yeah.
seconds ago. So there you are. All right. Glacier Shark just wants to say hello to you, Danny, and hello to everybody. Good to have you with us. I don't think
Yeah,
I've seen you
Happy
for a
New
while,
Year.
Sharky.
Yeah.
So it's good to have you
Yeah.
with us again on the new year. What about that Dorado swimming around the Balboa Pier
know,
yesterday?
it-
55-degree water.
It's so crazy. And I won't even say the A word. But it's crazy enough. they
You're
may
talking about
even
Dan?
show-
That A word? Oh, no. Oh, albacore. Darn, I was thinking about you again.
I got that right off the bat.
You spell outstanding with an A, right? That's what I was thinking about you.
Oh my God!
Outstanding.
Unreal. Yeah, it's crazy enough they could show up.
What's
You know?
with the Dorado swimming around? Stuff like that
I
does
don't
happen
know, you know,
occasionally,
and
but
I can't. Who can explain it?
I don't know,
you
man.
that- I guarantee you one thing, and keep this in mind, folks. All the predictions over the years that, biologists have, very few of them really have been true. So you just don't know. And what it is Mother Nature. I mean, had they known, they could have called these. I doubt it.
I know,
I
right?
doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I didn't even have a clue. I have no clue, and I don't even try anymore because you just don't know what's going to happen. We've been seeing bluefin bite throughout the year.
Yeah,
outside in the
in
Outer
that
Banks
cold
there.
water.
And you just don't know. Mother Nature has a way of protecting its own by not giving us the dope that
Yeah.
we get from our information from our line of
Yeah.
people. So,
You'll-
in a good sense, it's a nice thing for the fish.
You'll relate to the guy who sent me the video. I said, "Do you have any more video?" Because it was a real short video, and he goes, "I was throwing a jig at that thing. Come on, man." I shot a little bit and went to fishing. So, Calico Chris, thanks for that great video, man. That is good stuff. Jeff Yeomans, 540 Slingers Club. Hello, Danny and Phil. It's great to listen to the podcast on my drive home from work. Jeff, it's great to have you with us, man. I see you have some great charters again. 540 Slingers Club. Jeff, isn't it about time we did another casting get-together like we did with Sam that day? You were there, I think, right? I can't remember if you were or
I was
not.
at one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, we'll get him out there, and that'll be a lot of fun. Incidentally, my Notre Dame Fighting Irish are doing pretty good. They're playing Penn State Thursday night. We will be with a live watch party. I'm going to twist Danny's arm, see if we can get him over there. From 4 in the afternoon until 8 p.m. Come by for 10 minutes. Come by for the whole 4 hours. We're going to be live streaming, so it'll be on YouTube. in case you can't make it. And we're going to watch the game. They have a happy hour from 2 to 6, or what is it? Yeah, till 6 p.m. And that happy hour goes to the food. Like you can get a cheeseburger for $8 or something like that, which is pretty good nowadays,
Yeah,
right?
it is, absolutely.
And so Marnie's on Pacific Coast Highway in Seal Beach this Thursday night. You are invited. Dan's going to be there. We'll talk to Danny and see if we can't get him out to dress up in the green of the Irish and have a great time. And whether you like football, whether you're a Penn State fan or a Notre Dame fan or not even a college football fan, you just want to come hang, talk fishing. I'm sure somebody's going to work fishing into the conversation also that night, right?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so.
All right. Hey, Gary Bush up there in Northern California says, I'm Brad Cuono's Lamaglass buddy.
Oh,
He's Brad's buddy.
Brad, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Brad was
Awesome.
in here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Brad's
Brad,
been on.
you did a great
Yeah,
podcast
sure,
with him, as a
sure.
matter of fact.
Yeah, he's, I think they're going through some changes up there on some of the manufacturing, but I mean, the blanks, everything. I mean, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
You saw that. You saw what the 30-pound stick. I've been using it from Bay of LA to our tuna trip on the Freedom.
Here he
Oh,
is.
he's scored
More live
again.
fishing action for you folks.
Holy
Michael
smokes.
Lemon. What is that, a buttermouth?
Buttermouth perch.
Buttermouth perch.
You the man,
Michael,
Mike.
good job, buddy.
You're the man.
This guy's slaying them, man.
Woo!
By the way, we're giving
smokes.
away a free custom fishing rod tonight. Not free, but we're doing a raffle to raise money on Tackle Shop Confessions. So make sure you tune in. We're going to give it away tonight on the show, and it's $5 for a ticket. We'll have all the information on how you can participate. You can come down and be part of the studio audience here at Danny's show anytime you want, and also over there at Island Fishing Tackle. So don't forget, tune in so you can win that rod. It's a $350 value for $5, and we're not going to let Dan Lightfoot pull the ticket. We're going to make sure it's totally legit. So don't worry about it. Hey, Isaac, good evening, gentlemen. Happy New Year. Isaac, Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for the great photo of the father and son with the little striper on the beach the other day. I hope they got to see themselves in the morning briefing. Morning briefing went up really late the other day. Frickin' YouTube, sometimes the upload is so slow. If that happens, remember, we're on Facebook and Instagram also. You can check us there if you see that it's not going up, because I am up every day at the crack of dawn, Danny. I get up, you know why I get up that early? So I go to bed early and I don't get into trouble at night anymore. God, these sunrises have been beautiful.
Unreal.
And so like
And
a
it's
mile.
so early now, too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
A mile from where we're at in Surfside, over there, the south side of the pier. Yesterday, guy gets a gorgeous striper throwing a Lucky Craft 110 sardine
That was the
color.
one that was on. I saw it. Yeah.
Wasn't that beautiful?
Actually, as he released it, the whole day, it was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful fish.
That was one heck of a fish, man. He's been
Unbelievable.
fishing for 30 years and said that was the best fish he's ever caught in the surf.
Well, and that's why you go fish.
Yeah,
You don't know what you're going to get the next day or your next cast, for that matter.
100%.
And that's fishing in general.
And to prove your point, he was down at Bolsa Chica for a few hours and didn't catch a thing. And they were, let's give it a half hour over there at Seal Beach. And look what happened.
Fish of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Boy, with bragging rights on that.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
That's awesome.
I've caught a ton of fish in the surf, but if I caught that fish, that would be I've never caught a striper in the SoCal surf. Never caught one.
I haven't come in Southern Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think that would be a thrill. And that's, there was one on the pier the other day. There's this one. There's been a lot of those things around lately. It seems like they're increasing. The catching of those fish has increased a little bit here lately.
Like you said, we don't hear biologists predicting these things. I mean, it's as good as our predictions on albacore.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You just don't know. You just keep your fingers crossed, guys. And that's why
100%.
they call it fishing. You don't know. You just go out there and fish. You don't. Thinking about that, Phil. I remember as a kid in high school and when I was working, I had one day off because I was working produce 6 days a week during the summertime.
Yeah.
And I can remember watching counts. And don't get caught in this too often, guys. You just go by the fish counts. So we would just fish. I had one day off. So on that day off, my buddy and I would drive down to San Diego and we'd hop on a boat. So there's absolutely dead counts. But this one day we go out and by luck, we got into some bluefin, we got yellow. I mean, you just don't know when there was absolutely zilch the day before. So it's a matter of just getting on a boat. You don't know what's going to happen, like you say. You fish the surf. He wasn't expecting a fish of his lifetime, a beautiful striper
Right.
like that, and so you can't catch them if your line's not in the water.
That's
the
right.
bottom line.
That's right.
anywhere. So, yeah, go fish.
And to be honest with you, I mean, I'm sounding like a real old man, which I am, but those freaking sunrises, Dan even said, man, they're so beautiful when you have a Santa Ana condition.
That's awesome.
It is
Yeah.
gorgeous, man. And you
Yeah.
can see all the way to Catalina, and you just get the feeling there's going to be a gray whale pop up. Or I know people watching the show sometimes will put in the comments, hey, did you, behind you, there was a heck of a dolphin show today, or
oh
whatever.
My God, that's awesome.
It's just all part of it, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Yeah, it's been
Absolutely.
absolutely beautiful. Hey, thanks everybody for being here with us. Kim Herbert from the Show Me State of Missouri, I believe. Happy New Year and Merry belated Christmas. 1 inch of snow or maybe 1 foot of snow, but you guys are warming me up. Kim, you're warming us up, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, what is today? What's the date?
It's January the 6th. It's Lou Holtz's birthday, the coach of
Lou
Notre
Holtz?
Dame before.
All right, cool,
I'm up
cool.
on all this stuff.
Well, years ago when I was bass fishing, I started my gig up in December.
Yeah, I know you did.
Generally December, and you get those bigger fish, those bigger largemouth, come up in spots like they have the priority spots, so they're the first ones to go in, pick the spawning areas and stuff. And a lot of guys didn't realize it. They're waiting for the spring, the bite in like March, where the main part of the spawn is.
Yeah.
But a lot of those bigger fish were the first ones to come up in stage, and so usually, even from December, January, and February were my prime months. Yeah, we caught a lot of fish in March too, but they weren't necessarily all those the bigger ones.
Yeah.
You get some big ones, but yeah, early in the season was this time of year. We go up there, and you've seen the pictures. We were all bundled up.
Oh, yeah.
We had snow
Freezing
at
to death,
Castaic
right?
that one day. Yeah, the grapevine was closed, and so it's time to go out and fish, guys.
Yeah, heck yeah. I saw a guy at Diamond Valley Lake had a 10-pound fish a couple days
Yeah.
ago, a limited bass, and then he said he was playing around with the kids with catching mini stripers, just full speed. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, you're right, man. This is a good
That's
time of the year to be
unreal.
fishing.
Absolutely.
And the days are gorgeous. I know it's a little cold out there, but it's not that bad in Southern
No,
California,
no.
like what Kim's doing
Oh yeah.
in Missouri,
Absolutely. Yeah.
where guys,
They cut off the right arms to come out here and fish with the weather that we have.
I
yeah.
know, man. It's just
I
incredible.
mean, you look at us, we're freezing. It dropped down to 60 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well,
Well, when I go to the morning briefing every morning, I'm in shorts and no shoes, and there's guys that come out for a walk on the beach, and I say they're all bundled up and everything.
Yeah.
They're looking at me like, "Whoa, what's with the guy that escaped from the mental hospital down there?"
oh yeah. Well, most of us fishermen, that's what they say about us anyway.
I know, right? That is for sure. Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. More comments. In fact, a lot of comments. It's good to have you here on the Danny Kadota Show later on tonight. Tackle Shop Confessions giving away a rod, and you can participate. Make sure you tune in for that. And this Thursday, we'll be at Marnie's in Seal Beach on Pacific Coast Highway. It's a sports pub there, and we'll be watching the Notre Dame Penn State game together, having lots of fun, and who knows what kind of shenanigans we'll get into in that one. All right, let's see. Jeff Yeoman says, yeah, let's do it again, Phil. He's talking about a casting contest. I'd love to do another casting event. Doggone it, Jeff, we're going to make that happen. In fact, I'll talk to that Sam De La Torre tonight
There you
and
go.
see if I can motivate him to get involved also. That was just way too much fun. We're going to have to do that again. Alan Rushing is a fantastic human being. Happy New Year, Danny and Phil. Looking forward to a great 2025 fishing year. So he went up with his two boys to Emeryville. This was before rockfish closed, and they caught a bunch of really nice rockfish. He had a 9.5-pound boccaccio, and one of the kids had a 10-pound link, but they got all these crab. And
dungies.
they got all the dungies, and they brought them back, but it gets better. His wife and grandma just cleaned these things and then started making dumplings, Chinese dumplings out of that fresh crab.
Oh,
I haven't
my
tried
God.
one. Alan has put out a little feeler like I might be able to bring you some, and I'm, on my hands and knees
Oh
begging.
my God, Dungeness.
Can you imagine how
No.
good that's got to be?
That's gonna be unreal.
Oh, that's got to
Dungeness
be.
is one of my favorite crabs. Absolutely one.
The flavor or what?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. I will actually take that over king crab. Like, king crab's great.
I love king crab.
King crab's great.
Yeah.
But I love Dungeness.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got a ton of those
Yeah.
things, man. So
Yeah.
they made dumplings for the next,
Holy
42
smokes.
Lunar New Year's, it looked
Boy,
like.
that'll go down quick.
Yeah. In fact, that was the problem with bringing me something. They were running out. I said, don't worry about it, man. So, Alan, thanks for sharing that, man. That is fantastic. In the boat fishing, Phil, I am launching out of San Diego Bay. Any tips for where to find sand bass near me? Was thinking of going to Imperial Beach. I don't know that area that well. I hope you have a really great trip. I know that Alan Clowers was out and he had his grandkids out yesterday. I just know from the photos they did really well. They had halibut and sand bass and bonita. Do you know anything about fishing in the bay?
No, my stuff was always
What would-
offshore. But well, actually, you can't really call the half-day boats. I mean, they're doing that for a living. But you
Yeah,
know.
maybe go by the local tackle store.
Yeah, call
Go
your
see
local
Luke.
shops.
Go see
Yeah.
Luke over there at
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anglers, whatever it is, Choice, I think. And
Down on Rosecrans.
yeah, I'm sure he'd be happy to
Sure.
help. Or shoot, walk into Fisherman's Landing. I'll bet they'd
Most
help
of those
you
guys
out.
will help you out.
Yeah.
They'll give you the skinny out because that's not generally their target fish unless the half-day boats are targeting them or so, and then they might be a little tight-lipped. But
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get your information. I think you'd be better off in the tackle shop because you aren't conflicting with the boats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
They're going to
yeah,
tell you to
yeah.
fly a kite. You know how
Oh,
those guys.
some of those guys are pretty good. But yeah, your odds, I think, would be better going into a tackle shop.
Yeah. Try that and wish you the best of luck. Thanks for checking in with us. I wish we had some more info to feed you on that, but have a great trip and hope you guys do well. I know fishing light line makes a big difference inside the bay, and I know there's some really good
yeah.
halibut bites that
Yeah.
go on in there.
Yeah.
And sand bass and everything else. Try to find a hard bottom. You can use your navionics and just try to find some structure, rocks, any kind of structure with that navionics on your phone. Even better than sometimes you can get over that and then start to meter it. But, find that structure. You see any lobster traps set, they don't set those in sand. They set those around structure.
You can find fish generally
Yeah.
anywhere you find
So
the trap.
that's another thing. Even when you go outside, if you see that, there's structure there. So try that, and the best of luck to you. Alan Rushing's back. He had dinner with Lou Holtz once. He's a real gentleman and so inspirational. Man, is he ever. I've got a photo somewhere of Philip sitting on his parking space at Notre Dame when Philip was 2 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
And he was 2 years old, and the stadium was locked. And so we could walk up, and there was a chain link, fence. And I go, look, you can kind of see the stadium. He was 2 years old.
Yeah.
And I saw that gate, I could fit through that, and so could he. And I go, I'm going for it. So I took him out, put him on the field, had him run, and shot a photo with the goalpost and touchdown Jesus with a 2-year-old kid running.
Oh, wow, that's
I
awesome.
still have that photo. It's a
That's
great
awesome.
photo.
That is
so,
awesome.
Alan, hey, I'm so happy to hear that. Today is Lou's birthday, one of the greatest coaches in Notre Dame history. Robert Graber's a big Notre Dame fan. Good afternoon and happy Epiphany Monday. Phil, Danny, and the Friedman Adventures family. Woo-hoo! Somebody should let the Department of Fish and Wildlife know about all the sand bass Michael is catching so they don't shut it down. Yeah, really, we don't want them to know. They'll shut this thing down on this kid. My God.
Good thing he's releasing them.
Yeah. But
Well, they are a little undersized.
the last thing we need in this world right now is a kid in the great outdoors having fun. He should be on his phone indoors somewhere, right?
What a blessing. You know
Robert-
he's going to be.
Robert, you're right. Alan Rushing, trying to save some for you. He's trying to save some dumplings. Don't worry about it. Give me next time, man. Seriously. In the Boat Fishing says, thank you so much, man. Wish you the best of luck. Doug Tilk. We love you, Doug. Where are you? Are you going to make Tackle Shop Confessions? There's a little bit of mystery whether Doug's going to make it or not. Let's see. Hi, boys. Sorry, I'm not there. Going to the San Franciscan in Torrance. You ever eat at the San Franciscan?
No, I've been by there. a
Man,
lot,
they got
yeah.
some
That's
prime
on,
rib. They used to. I've been
Sepulveda? Is it on
Yeah, I think
Sepulveda?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an old,
Yes.
with the lights you can't see in
Yes,
there once you get in
yes,
there. And,
yes.
But my God, they had the diamond cut prime rib. Have one of those for me, Doug.
Oh.
Rare. So you put the fork in it and it goes moo. That's the way I like it. So my Costa Rican wife goes, oh my God. It's just so rare. I love it that way. Anyway, he's going over there for prime rib. No chicken wings tonight. Amigo this Saturday night. Bugging trip. Yeah, Doug's going to go on the Amigo. Hey, that's right. Doug, good luck on that. And seriously, prime rib, man. Extra horseradish and rare for me, please. Diamond cut. How was your lobster trip? Didn't you do a lobster trip?
Yeah, right after you.
Yeah.
21 or 24 of us? 21 of us.
Man, you had a full
we
boat.
we had about 18 bugs. There were a lot of bugs, but a lot of shorts.
A lot of shorts, yeah.
Yeah. But it was nice in that, they did all the work.
They do everything.
And we sat inside, and all we did was we had a feast.
Yeah.
We had a lot of food, guys.
Oh, you guys brought tons of food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get to our age, we're not physically catching the lobsters anyway. But yeah, it was very, very enjoyable.
Yeah, I bet, man.
Yeah, it was
Especially with all that
we
good
had-
food you got.
Yes, it was. Oh, we couldn't put a dent in it. There's that much food. It was crazy.
It was kind of a Christmas, New Year's party
Yeah, and then
vibe to it.
we left around noon here at 22nd Street. Went over to Catalina, got over there. They dropped the pots, Then we went around. They started one by one picking it up, and we're all in the whole time. We were in the galley eating. And
Hey, how many lobster did I get?
Yeah,
Yeah. Right?
and they had a game. They had football games going on.
Oh, cool.
So they had a couple pools, and it's here. So I kicked in on two of them, and I won one half on one game and one half for the other game.
You
Yeah.
did?
I'm just deaf, dumb, and blind, but I got lucky with the numbers. Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's great.
Yeah.
Did you win a little money on that?
Yeah, it was fun.
Darn
It was
right,
awesome.
man, especially when
it
you're
was a
winning,
blast.
right?
It was a blast. We had a great time, good company, and it's not one of those pressure type deals.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it. A lot of bugs, but
Yeah.
they had a lot of shorts.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was it. But it was nice.
So
just
is
nice
Mark
getting out.
Paisano Jr. ran the boat?
No.
Oh,
he
no,
was-
Mark didn't run it.
No.
Was
Who
it-
Give me some names.
Who else is running that rig now? It wasn't Tino, was it? Valentine?
no.
Was it from the Freedom? What's his name? What's his name on the Freedom? I want to say Tyler. It's not Tyler. What is it, Dan? Damn it.
I think we had one of the
Trevor.
Did we have one
Was
of
it
the
Trevor?
Paisano? I think we had one of the Paisano boys.
Yeah, Mark Paisano Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was him.
Yeah.
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 Mark Paisano Jr. And then probably Jason in the galley.
Yeah.
Real loud.
Yeah.
Fun,
Yes.
enthusiastic.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a great time. Trust me, I guess that at our age, that's becoming more and more fun to do. Just sitting around BSing, eating, and watching them pool and do all the work.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They do all the work,
That is
man.
hard work. Yeah. I'm not into that anymore. Yeah.
I know exactly. Man, that Doug Tilk put that diamond cut prime rib in my brain now. That dirty rat, man. I'm going to be eating chicken wings tonight thinking that prime rib with Doug would be way better at this time. Hey, provecho. Have a great one. Kim Herbert, back to Missouri we go. My old go-to spot offshore was the IB Flats near the discharge.
Imperial
plant.
Beach.
Yeah, Imperial Beach, right?
Yeah.
That's a good one, Kim. I know, man. I'm not sure if in the boat fishing is fishing inside the harbor or he's going outside, but that's a good one. Absolutely. Rick Slater, when did bonefish and Corvina come to Southern California? He's saying Corvina, so I think he's talking about, because we've always had Corvina with a B.
Yeah.
He's talking about orange mouth Corvina. So when did they come to Southern California? Great question, Rick.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you that. I
So
haven't-
bonefish have always been in San Diego Bay, right?
been
There's
around.
a lot of them.
They've been around.
Yeah.
And people didn't know, but nobody really targeted them either.
Yeah.
And I think because they don't have, and thank goodness, they don't have the food quality too that, people are, if they were great eating, trust me, they've been wiped out.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So in a sense, it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonefish. You know, I went all the way to Playa del Carmen in the Yucatan with Brian Shaw. B. Shaw.
Oh, yeah.
We were shooting a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the night before, him, me, and his wife Nikki are in the bar. I don't remember if I was drinking in those days or I had quit. I can't remember. I think I was drinking, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I was. And we were just tequila, tequila, tequila. About 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, we got to be up at 5 and get down to the beach. And he's in the TV show. I'm kind of advising.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so about 1 o'clock in the morning, he goes, "Do you want to hear the real Kobe and Shaq story?" And I go, "Do I ever?" You know,
Oh, here, let me
I'm
get
not
my
gonna tell
tape
you.
recorder.
because they had some kind of altercation, and
Yeah.
and so hell yeah, I want to hear it. So about 4 in the morning, he finished that story. So I'm still up at 5:30.
Yeah.
And then the director, I can't remember, was this an ESPN thing? It was some big thing, you know?
Yeah.
And he's chewing me out because Brian's not there. I'm going, wait a second, you know? I'm here. I'm not.
You know
what do
what?
you want me to go? Go wake him, go jump in his bed and wake him up?
And Brian's a fisherman.
He is, man.
He's a fisherman.
He showed up like 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
He was there. He's such a good guy.
I want to get him on. He doesn't want to do the long stuff too. But I said, oh, you'd get hooked so bad if you did that on.
Yeah, I think he would, man.
I think he'd get hooked big time.
You know he would.
At heart, he's a fisherman.
Yes.
You know, and it'll get you if you see the kind of bite that those guys get down there. He'll get hooked.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
But we were down there, you know what we were catching? Bonefish. And it was like, I think we ended up catching one freaking bonefish. You can catch more down in San Diego.
Yeah, it's
And we
amazing,
flew
isn't
all the way down there to catch those
It's
things.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. And you know, it's so cool that you and I have that. I didn't know you were close with Brian Shaw. You were very
B
close
is
with him.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a great guy. And you know, he really, for our industry, he perfect, you know, a spokesman for the industry.
He is.
He's well spoken.
Yep.
He's so intelligent.
Smart guy.
You know, and just a nice guy.
And decent.
In and out. I
Yeah.
mean, some of the things that he did for humanity, and you know, when his sister,
Yeah.
they were in their accident, you know,
Yes.
he adopted.
Horrible.
I mean, you know, it tells you what type of person he is. They don't come any better.
No, they
really
don't. They really
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good times with him. There was another time, BJ, his son, I think he's getting ready to play pro basketball. Great kid, really, really great kid. And we were on a Parker that I had out of Redondo, and we went out to Rocky Point.
Yeah.
And we were fishing, and then all of a sudden I look at Patrick, and the blood is just pouring. It looked like, you know, he got punched in, and BJ got a hook caught like right here, and he felt so bad. He said, and Brian's like, "Oh, do we need to go in?" I go, "No, calm down." But Patrick, what? And Patrick goes, "Oh, I'm good, you know. Don't worry, you know, blood just dripping down." Tough kid. The way I raised him, I would have kicked his butt. And, oh no, I want to go in. I'd have killed him. So it was funny, man. And BJ felt really bad for no reason at all because things happen. And yeah, that was another good one, man. We've had so many great trips with
Oh
him.
God, I want to get him out on
We
you
gotta
know,
do that.
for multi. He doesn't really want to, you know, spend the time, you know. But
Yeah, he's a busy guy.
But he'd get hooked. Oh,
Yeah.
he would get hooked.
100%. All right, good stuff, everybody. Thanks for being here for the Danny Kadota Show. We are live at 22nd Street Landing. It is so nice to be with you all. Happy New Year on behalf of Danny and yours truly. Thanks for all the great questions. There's a lot of people watching your show as usual. And let's get back to some more questions. Live Free, Die Free just wants to say good afternoon, Phil and Danny and the Friedman Adventures family. Bless you for being here, my
Happy New
friend.
Year. Yeah.
Rob S. is a big Notre Dame fan. I know that. How do you keep frozen ghost shrimp on the hook? There's a question for you.
You know what? I don't know, but I think you know, as they get older,
Yeah.
they kind of almost melt.
Yeah,
It's a shot.
they do.
I don't think I think they degrade very quickly.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty tough.
Yeah. Good question. You got to find somebody else with more knowledge.
And you might.
I'll
maybe
pose
there's a
that to
way-
somebody that might know.
They might have a way of curing your ghost shrimp. You
Yeah.
know, if you're going to freeze it.
Yeah.
Cure it. They may have some solution or something. You'd have to talk to biologists that would firm it up, keep the shell so, you know, when the minute you put a hook in and throw it, you probably throw it off. that's typical of a ghost shrimp
Yeah.
anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, they might have something that you'd be able to rubberize it with, and
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Current Jam, who's a superior person and a videographer and angler. Good to have you with us. Love listening to you too. When are you having the surf fishing get together? Phil, yeah, I know I've been talking too much about that. And did you speak to your friend regarding a way to make it easier to get all of your Mexican paperwork? I threw that his way. He responded to me and said, let me work on that. So Victor Mendez is working on that. And I need to go down there and talk to him about some other stuff also. So hopefully we'll get headed in the right direction on that. He said he agrees 100% that it's a great idea. They want to get an app, these guys, that just makes all your paperwork easy when going to Mexico instead of going on these websites that are confusing and maybe not in your native language. And so,
no, you're right.
yeah, these
You're
guys
right.
are right about that.
And usually, and you had the experience of doing that. And like when I go down with guys like Yatomi, who lives down, and
Rosarito.
Rosarito,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, he'll lay everything out, and he knows exactly what you do. This is what he's the procedures, and we don't waste any time. It just goes. It's cut dry. Bingo. We're done, and we're on our way down.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what they need an app that does that, and then it would make life easy on everybody, and it would get more tourists to Mexico, and blah 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 blah.
And there's always helpful hints too. Talk to guys that have the experience. There's things you don't do. And let me give you a perfect example. I was with Steve, and I was driving, and we're at a border check, and the guy says, "Can you roll down the rear window?" So I roll down the rear window.
American or Mexican?
No, in Mexico.
Oh,
Mexico. And Steve says, "Don't look in the mirror," because it's one thing if you're looking in the mirror, and that makes just common sense.
Yeah.
Are you guilty of having something in there or
Yeah.
anything back there if you're looking at them? So you're
You're like looking in the mirror, like I hope he doesn't find it.
Right.
Right.
So you just he says, "Hey, just don't look in the mirror." So having little hints and help with little things like that makes a big difference. A lot of times.
I know.
Yeah,
well,
it's
I'm a
amazing.
big time smuggler. I'd take all that clothing down to the orphanage, and you literally
That's
have
right.
to sneak it through.
Yeah, that's
so.
true. That's
Yeah,
true.
I shouldn't be talking like this. I got get me. Oh, there's that guy. Pull him over. Secondary.
man.
Tecate.
Yeah, it's so ironic though. I mean, it's so it's so
I
good
know,
to
right?
do all that. Humanity wise. Yeah.
It's too much. Kim Herbert has an answer to the ghost shrimp, perhaps. Thank you, Kim. He says, Rob, lace the shrimp on a long shank hook and use thread to wrap those above the hook eye. To wrap these above the hook eye. So I've heard that before. You just wrap thread and then
That holds it
keep them on that
like
way.
a mesh
Yeah.
or
so-
something. Yeah.
That's a great one. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate that. Real-time fishing. Shrimp stay long, even not refrigerated, by salting them in a tray of salt for 2 days. To extract the water, they become rubbery.
Oh, that's even better.
Doggone real-time fishing. We love you,
That's
man.
even
That's
better.
a good
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that would work really well because you got to make a nice soft cast of those things.
Yeah, I've thrown so many off chummed a few.
Yeah, definitely. Rob asks, what's the safest way to get to Ensenada? Toll roads didn't stop anywhere until you arrived. So I'm not sure I understand your question. So if you want to know the safest way, toll roads, no question about it.
And it's
But
a beautiful drive too.
it's gorgeous.
Along the cliff.
Oh,
yeah, it's
God.
beautiful drive.
Yeah,
Great road.
beautiful. Yeah, the road's great.
road's perfect.
It's not that expensive. It's a couple bucks at
yeah.
3 toll roads on the way down there. You see the Coronado Islands
Yeah, it's
over
a beautiful
there.
drive. Absolutely.
You get up towards Sasepuedes,
Yes.
you see ballenas, whales,
Yep.
and everything else. But you said it didn't stop anywhere until you arrived. There's 2 stops before. It will stop in Rosarito, and then there's another toll road somewhere up the way there. And then ultimately when you get to Ensenada. Now, I go the free road all the time. I don't have any trouble out there. There's no trouble. You get to go back through some of the rural areas. I like that. Just to change it up, I do that. But if I'm like trying to straight line to Ensenada,
Yeah.
like I need to get there and I got a meeting or I'm doing something down there, then I just toll road it. It's perfectly safe. And Danny, I gotta check with the Mexican government on this. They told me that if somebody told me this, that your toll ticket when you pay the toll,
Yeah.
if you have some kind of medical problem or something, you have an insurance, some kind of insurance thing when they come out and take care of you. You got like some kind of a deal there where they cover some of
wow.
that. So I got to look into that. I could be all
Well,
wet on
that's
that,
pretty
or the
cool.
guy that told me, but that's it. All right, Rob S., don't stop until you arrive. That's what I mean. Oh, yeah, toll road. Just keep going. And, you'll go through one toll, you'll go through another toll, and then you'll be in the outskirts of Ensenada, and then you just drive through there 10 minutes till you start getting toward downtown. And you'll be good. You'll be down there near the Malecon where Paulina is, where there's some great fishing guys down there. Little Horse Sport Fishing, great kid. Mexican kid runs that. And then our friend Louis Prieto from It's For Real Sport Fishing is there. And Louis is an American citizen, so his English is perfect. He's got a Parker. He fishes hard. It's the number 4 Real Sport Fishing. He's another good one. So all kinds of great opportunities. But at some point in time, Rob, you're going to have to pull off and go eat fish taco at a stand or
I was going to say that.
a carne asada taco.
Ensenada has the shrimp stands, the cocktail stands.
That's true.
Oh, that's phenomenal too.
I know, right?
That's phenomenal too.
We stopped at a place on the outside of town this last time.
yeah.
Oh my God, the tacos were so good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they had these
can't go
homemade,
wrong.
huh? Yeah, you
can't go wrong.
They had these homemade, I didn't touch them, but they look good. These ice cream, and they were like works of art. They were beautiful. I mean, they had all kinds of designs on these freaking ice cream things. I'm seeing these kids like, oh my God, somebody went to some trouble to really do that. It was really, really beautiful.
Wow, that's good. That's cool.
Yeah. All right. So, you travel a lot in Mexico. There's a lot of fear
There's some
about going down there.
Hidden treasures.
Yeah.
We going down to Bay of LA. The first time going down, we went down through Mexicali, and that was a nice drive diving to to not La Paz, but
Oh, you're going
San
down to
Felipe.
Gonzaga Bay or San Felipe.
And then you continue down on that side.
Yeah.
But with Steve at Rosarita, we went down that side.
Oh,
down that
right.
side, and then across, and there's all these wineries. It's a beautiful drive.
Oh, down there at Santo Tomas? Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful drive going across, to Bay of LA and to San Felipe that way too. Oh, Mike's on fire.
Here he goes
Are you
again.
even keeping
Is that
count?
same dumb
You're
fish
gonna
over
run out
and
of
over again?
fingers.
You sure? Hold it up there so everybody can see that thing. Nice, Michael.
Woo!
Boy, you're killing it.
Eyeliner.
You having fun, kid? Yeah. All right. You're up to chicken wing and a half. You've done so well tonight. Yeah, we're going to splurge tonight. We're going all out. So you're making that drive. You see those wineries.
Absolute
Did you stop at
beautiful
some of those
drive.
places?
No, we didn't. We, because we want to get, down
you
and we
straight
wanted to
line
get
it.
back. Yeah, we straight line it. It was faster going through Mexicali.
It
but
is much faster.
It's just a beautiful drive going through from Ensenada, though.
Yeah.
Going across
Yeah.
to San Felipe was also a beautiful drive.
Oh, my God.
And there's escorts and there's protocols, folks, and traveling with Steve and Steve travels all over the world. There's certain things like we said. If they tell you to roll your window down, you don't look back. There's just certain things, but there's so many convoys. I feel it's extremely safe. Now we always leave at the crack of dawn, so we're going across. We're traveling during the day, and stop, have breakfast, have lunch, and then bingo, we're there at Bay of LA.
Yeah, 100%.
But we've never had a problem. But we do you do caravan. That's one thing you do.
Yeah.
You caravan. But there are so many patrols that that are running around. Of course, and don't worry about the 50 calibers on the back, but you're safe.
Yeah, that freaks some people
They're on
out,
your
but-
side. They're
Yeah.
on our side, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah, exactly. Jorge Bocanegra, Jorge, it's been a long time. Valle de Guadalupe is where the wineries are located. Jorge, you are correct. However, Danny was talking about driving south from Ensenada, and the old wineries, Jorge, are located in Santo Tomas, and there's some old ones still out there that are still functioning and really, really good. That's where he was talking about going. Valle de Guadalupe is where the majority of the big-time winery stuff is going on right now. You are absolutely right, but we were, however, talking about south of Ensenada on that drive down, and people don't they don't go there
It's
to
a
visit those
beautiful
wineries,
drive.
but it's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love it. I really do love it.
People are nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Have you ever had any trouble at all?
Never.
Yeah.
And I've been going down there since I was from college. High school.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a bunch of friends in high school. We chartered a boat down in Ensenada because it was so well. Phil, I think I showed you a brochure of the Point Loma deal where it was at one time $12 to go fish yellowtail at the Coronados.
Yeah, right.
And 15 to go albacore fishing
Yeah.
or something like that, right? So I found out about Ensenada. It was like $6 or something. I chartered a boat. We get down there and I'm going,
For nothing?
way to go. Yeah, for nothing. Get down there. I see a little Briggs and Stratton motor. I go, oh my God, what? That's not for powering the boat. You know, that was for the bait pump. But, you know,
It's
we
part
were
of the
told,
charm of it all.
yeah, but we were told, you know, the yellowtail are biting, blah, 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 blah. We got out there and we're fishing Todos Santos. And I said, we're the yellowtail. You know, and we're nailing the calicos.
Yeah.
We're having a great day on calicos. Where's the yellows? Oh, senor, they're not biting. We get back to the dock, they're pushing up cartloads of yellows. I'm going, okay, we're staying in San Diego from now on. Back to Point Loma.
That's funny.
But yeah.
So you say you've never had any
was fun.
trouble. Have you ever run into people that have been extremely helpful to you in Mexico? Because we always talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah, well, we never had any problem. But yeah, we've never had.
But have you had
People are
people
always-
come and help you out
Never
when you
had
need?
never had a bad story hit
Yeah.
from friends.
Yeah,
so
me too. Same
We've been
thing.
very blessed, you know. But you do take those precautionary measures as far as like traveling, caravanning, and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
And just little things like I was telling you, as Steve says, if they tell you to roll down your back window, like if you have a Suburban or I have a Sequoia, you know, don't look in your rearview mirror because it makes you look. And if you think about it, there's a psychological thing there. Why would you be worried about what they're looking at?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just let them do their thing, and I've never had a problem. So,
All right, good stuff. Jorge, good to see you again, my friend. Rob S. I'm pretty confident the bad press out traveling through Mexico is some people that look for trouble, like buying drugs and such. Yeah, there's a lot of that goes on. Now, Rob, Danny, we all know when you do risk assessment, the question is not, can a bad thing happen to me? Of course. It can happen walking out
I was
here
just
tonight.
gonna say. Yeah.
But it's what are the odds of a bad thing happening to me? And Rob, he's been traveling 50 years. I've
and
never I've
never
had
had a
some
problem.
stuff with cops down there trying to mordida me, which mordida in Spanish means the bite, which is a bribe trying to get
Payola.
payola. I've had that. Not that many times for traveling down there as often as I have, maybe 10 times, something like that.
Yeah.
That happens though quite a bit. But in terms of anything really terrible, no.
No. We used to sneak down there in college.
Yeah.
Because I was at UCSD, right? And we go across the Ensenada to go.
You went down there to have that, but also
Yeah.
you could get carnitas and all kinds of
It
food.
was dirt cheap. It still is.
Yeah,
Super reasonable.
yeah.
You know. But yeah, we were a lot dumber, you know. But even then, we were lucky and didn't get any trouble because we weren't obnoxious,
Right.
you know, drunks and whatever, you know. But yeah, you just mind your P's and Q's. That's all.
Tony Gonzalez, the manager of 22nd Street
Tony!
Landing, is standing. Do you have some information for us? Do you want to come sit with Danny for a second? We would love
Last
to.
time you did that to me, I got
We would
off.
love to have you on the show. You want to come in here?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm
You
good.
sure?
Yeah, no.
New Year treating you good, Tony?
Say bye. I'm leaving for the night. Jerry's still here.
Oh, okay. Hey, nice.
Good.
He's leaving at 6.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
We're leaving in 10
He's
minutes.
the man.
Yeah.
You're throwing us out already,
Monte Carlo's
huh?
still running.
Monte Carlo's running.
Native Sun's got its halibut derby coming up.
Native
We'll be
Sun,
running
halibut
Twilight
derby.
Soon.
Twilight soon.
They're already on the schedule, by the way. And the Amigo with its lobster trips.
Amigo with his
Yeah,
lobster
yeah,
trips,
yeah.
in case you can't hear Tony, but I think you can. But all good stuff here at 22nd Street Landing.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about, Tony.
Man, Tony, you're the
Home.
best.
Tony, come on. How many years? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Love you,
Hey,
Tony.
Tony, take care.
Tony Gonzalez here at 22nd Street Landing. I almost forgot where we were. All right, good stuff. All right, Kim Herbert back there in beautiful Missouri. Rob S., if you fish San Diego Bay, launch in Chula Vista and fish south toward Silver Strand drifting. Man, some great stuff, Kim. Really appreciate it. You getting these guys tuned up for tomorrow. Tyler Tanaka, Tyler's Tips. He does some the best tips. He did them on Sam's show the other night and got rave reviews, Danny. He says, hey,
Awesome.
Danny, hopefully not a controversial question. What's your thoughts on bass, B-A-S-S, getting rid of co-anglers in the 2025 tournaments?
You know, I was never into the tournament style fishing and the mentality, to be honest with you. I didn't necessarily, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Did fish with a lot of good guys who were, tournament fishermen, but we had a different mindset. We had a little different technology. I was, to be honest, very blessed to be around the guys we bass fished were all captains of sport fishing boats. Don and Danny Sansom, Ray Montera, Taka Tanaka, you name it. And here, like Kenny Hess, we'd go up and have and clown around. But, we had a different mentality on that, and we were doing things that the tournament guys, and let me ask you this too. Think about that. You watch these guys on the show now that they have scanning sonars, okay? Now, that was a pretty recent, utilization within maybe the last couple of years, right? Well, you got to remember, in Ray Montera and the Sansom brothers, and we were implementing sonars when they first came out back in the so we had maybe a 50-year, 40-something year jump on them.
Yeah.
As far as figuring out, and if you watch the tournament guys, one of the things, the main thing that drives a fish, and particular fish, especially trophy fish, is which way the current's going on certain lakes. And for the most part, those guys had no concept on any of that. And unless you're holding constant, with which we did with double anchors, where you're holding fast, and you pull them up tight, and we just set you down, you could tell which way the current's going. So the way we set up on particular structure and spots was with respect to the current and the structure. And so we're not just randomly casting. And essentially that's what they're doing. So there's a different understanding and a different mentality that was going through our heads back then. That was, you're talking 40-something, almost 50 years ago, probably.
Wow.
And so...
Man, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, and it wasn't luck. It wasn't luck. We paid our dues. We had our tough days. But I guarantee you that having our ocean background and mentality and running sport boats and anchoring with respect to the current, the wind, taking all the different conditions and implementing them into your game plan in your head, I guarantee you it helped us. I mean, we had our skunks. Don't get me wrong. We had our skunks too. But, I think that our odds were a little better understanding that the fish would come up on these particular spots. You're anchoring away from the access routes and everything, so you're not disturbing, they're traveling up and down on these spots.
Yeah.
So there's things that we had many, many years ago that I don't even think they implement now, to be honest with you. So it was a whole different mindset. And to be honest, we were very blessed being in the company that we had. Like I say, the Sansom brothers, the Ray Monteros, Buzzy, Nick, Taka, you name it. Kenny Hess we used to go up there and clown around a lot too, But when it came down to the captains, Southern California captains, they were your best. John Collins, I left John out.
Yeah.
John's one of the best fishermen ever
Yeah,
for
he
everything.
is. Yeah.
But John Collins, so we were blessed to be around these guys, and we all learned from each other because we would trade, what we called it, getting the dope from these guys every night. Now, you have guys, and you're going to find this with who you fish with, guys that when they share information, it's got to be a mutual thing.
Yeah.
There are a few people out there, without naming names, but there are people that were very one way. They wanted information but would not reciprocate. And I had that problem with a guy that was a trophy hunter.
Yeah.
And it was always a one-way deal. And after a while, you just go, cut them off.
Yeah, right.
You know, if you don't want to help us and tell us. You know,
Same
what's going
thing
on.
when
Yeah.
you're on a sport boat.
Sure,
You
it's
get
the
a
same
guy in
thing.
your co-group
You-
that's
exactly.
doing that. You're
Exactly.
yeah,
So we handled the same way. You know.
good stuff.
So yeah.
All right, there you have it, Jorge Bocanegra. Hey, we only have a few minutes left, Danny. We've been going for an
went
hour
fast.
here. No, there are resident yellowtail in the Bahia de Ensenada still all year long. Absolutely right,
Oh,
Jorge.
yeah,
They catch them on
yeah.
the Yo-Yo Iron up
Yeah.
there around Todos
Todos
Santos.
Santos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Well, Salsa Puertas. There's a lot of areas around there. You know.
Yeah.
Todos. Yeah. A lot of places.
Rob S says, "What's the inflation for the bribe down there? Is it still like $40? I would say most cops when they stop here are looking for $100. That's what I would guess, something like that. But they'll take, you know, I mean, if you say, "Oh, hey, look, man, all I got is $40," you know, that's it. I don't. By the way, I don't do that. If I haven't violated the law, I just like they'll pull this. Well, we're going to go down to the police station. And I go, great. I want to meet your boss. You know, I speak good Spanish. So
You know.
I don't. I just and then finally they look at me and hand me my license. Say, get lost,
Yeah.
gringo. You know, I've had
And see,
enough.
I've never had a problem, Phil.
Yeah.
We put it on cruise control.
Yeah,
You just don't be in a rush because we'll stop to eat. We'll stop to relieve ourselves. Stuff like, you know, but so we're in no rush when we're going.
yeah,
out.
right. You're not
We
speeding.
have that first day and the last day are travel days.
Got to behave yourself.
Yeah,
and you're good.
We enjoy having the food. We stop in Ensenada on the way home.
Yeah.
Have the cocktails,
Yeah.
shrimp cocktails and oysters and whatever, you know. But if you stay within speed, we've never had a problem.
Yeah.
You know, and we caravan, okay? So when you're caravanning, you have, you know, plenty of distance between us and we're not in any hurry. You know, like I said, we've been blessed. Never had a problem.
Good stuff. Hey, do Danny and I a favor, hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. Jorge Bocanegra says Happy New Year to you, Phil and Danny. And everybody who's watching, thank you so much, Jorge. It's been
Absolutely.
way too long since I've seen you, my friend. Rob S., thanks, Kim, for the advice. I usually hit National City and move up through the bay to the point. Have a lot of success doing that. And Rob S. says, go Irish! And don't forget, Thursday we're doing a live watch party, or a watch party and live streaming. I knew I'd get that right if you gave me a few chances. So we're going to all get together. It's called Marnie's Sports Pub or Bar. It's in Seal Beach on Pacific Coast Highway. And Marnie's on Thursday. I'll be there at 4. Come on over. If you want to watch the game, great. If you want to talk fishing, great. If you want to be on our live stream, great. It's all good stuff. I'll try to twist Danny's arm and get him to come with us also. Danny, another great show, my
All right,
friend.
Phil. Well, thanks for checking in and wish everybody that belated Happy New Year. And
We'll be back next Monday at
got
4
it.
o'clock, right?
You got it.
Love it. Danny,
See
thank
you then, folks.
All right, and hey, everybody, here we go. I have to do it. Yes.
All Irish.
Go Irish. Rob S. and anybody else, this is for you. Beat Penn State. Thursday, we'll have the watch party for you. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here for the Danny Kadota Show. It's been fantastic.